Okay, we'll start off talking about the west side of Magic's capital city. So this secondary school is a bit more further out. And something to know about the west side of Magic's capital city, we have the famous Lake Roccaluce. It's probably the most popular lake in Magic's capital. But of course, there are many other lakes in Magic's capital, just like any other lakes are. Also, with Lake Roccaluce, I think we're going to have underwater cities and, underwater buildings, underwater life, underwater trees, or other things. Remember, like, Magic's is like a mix of fantasy and sci fi. So, of course, we're going to have like civilization in Lake Roccaluce. And this kind of brings my idea of how I'm gonna place the more aquatic races of secondary school. I guess you could say the area is more located to the more aquatic beings. And one of the secondary schools that I would say that's located in Lake Roccaluce is Mermaid Magic School. So obviously in this secondary school we have mermaids. I also think what I find cool about the mermaids in the Winx universe to other mermaids is that for the mermaids in Winx universe have wings, so that kind of differentiates between other mermaids and other media. So that's kind of a fun fact about mermaids. And also with the mermaids, the collective term is merfolk, so that's the most gender neutral of the terminology, and you can be a male, female, non-binary, any ages, any types. In this rewrite, we're being inclusive. Also, speaking about the location of Mermaid Magic School, it's mostly going to be located in the more center of the Lake Roccaluce, and it's the most deep of the schools of the Lake Roccaluce. So that's the idea of Mermaid Magic School. Okay, let's continue with the western side. The second school we have is Selkie's Secondary School. The school is mostly located towards the coastal side of the lake. It's mostly on the eastern side of the lake. Not only is it on the east, but it's also shallow end of the lake. So you could say the school is most closer to the Magic's capital city, the city center, at least geographically speaking. And the fact about the school is very tiny. Also, the school is located in this one area in the lake called Selkie Village. This is where most of the Selkies would probably be. So, what are Selkies anyway? Selkies are basically, small-sized mermaids, kind of like a mermaid equivalent to pixies. So pixies are basically small-sized fairies, and selkies are just like small-sized mermaids. And you can have selkies of different genders, whether they're male, female, non-binary. You can have them in any race as well, any sexuality, similar to mermaids. Also, to the most western side of the lake, most further out, we have Nymph Academy School, and it's closer to the coastal side of the west side. And just like Selkie Secondary School, it's also more shallower in the water. Also, something important to know about the western side, it's more swampy in that area. That's because it's called the Black Mud Swamp, and the area is a bit more swampy. So this is where the nymphs would, have their education. They're kind of like mermaids and selkies, but they have completely different design to them. And also, you could say for the students of Nymph Academy School, it's more of the miscellaneous type of aquatic beings. that don't fit the mermaids and Selkie archetype. And also, they're kind of like aquatic,